Well, here we go. It's day four, or is it day five?
I think it's day four.
Is it day four? It's
It is
nearly
day
tomorrow.
four.
It's nearly here. It's nearly tomorrow here in Melbourne, because we are Nat Rawlings. Nat House now is today's guest, and I'm not sure what time it is because you're in Perth, I'm in Melbourne. The game was in Adelaide. There's 3 different time zones.
Yes.
The game went for 4 hours. Firstly, welcome to the show.
You. Thank you for having me.
You are joining us. I am totally bandwagoning. You're loving my hat. We've just sat through a 4-hour marathon. WA has walked off for the second night in a row over South Australia. You're looking schmick in your Emeralds gear. Where's your WA gear? Why am I repping this?
Well, because I'm up in Perth and all my stuff's in Esperance.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Well, to the game. I mean, tell me your thoughts. I mean, I don't even know where to start on that game. But
well, epic. I'm lost for words, really. I thought they started off really well. They had really good at-bats, weren't chasing bad pitches. And then, they just obviously pitching let them down a little bit, started to throw more balls, more walks. South Australia started to get on top and score some more runs. And then obviously, they were disciplined towards the end of the game too and ended up, getting that walk to score the winning run. So.
Yeah, from a WA perspective, Caitlin Inan was awesome in her first few at-bats. I think 5 RBIs and 3 doubles. How much time have you spent with Caitlin?
I played, my last Nationals I played with her. She'd just come up from Youthy. So, she's an awesome player. Really, really high rate her. Just a young, upcoming, she's a pitcher, plays pretty much anywhere in the infield. You could basically put her anywhere. Definitely look out for her on the radar.
Yeah, and I think we both were messaging during the whole game. I think we went through coffees. We were trying to keep our nerves down. I don't think either of us need coffee, that's for sure.
No.
But it's interesting. We've got Kaila Borgomastro coming on soon. I know she's probably, after that effort, tired, but I know she will join us. Bianca Ramsey from South Australia is my pick of... Yeah, I think if you have to pick a player from South Australia, do you agree?
Absolutely. She threw phenomenal through those 4. Yeah. I think, what did you say, just over 4 innings she pitched?
She ended up pitching 5, came on, I think, the 5th or 6th, and she pitched the 6th, 7th, 8th, and then came out in that 9th. Yeah. And I felt sorry for her when she came out in that at the end. And
those crucial innings for them as well.
Absolutely amazing. And walk-offs. I mean, you were part of... I think both of you and I have been involved in walk-offs to win gold medal games. I scored a run to win the 2007 Nationals. Mel Whitaker hit it in. And you scored the tying run in, I think, the best walk-off at a Nationals, Morgan Doty, 2010, to give WA its first Nationals.
Absolutely. That was one epic roller coaster of a game and will be forever burned in my memories.
I think that was the first Nationals that Victoria didn't play for gold, so that will be forever burned into my brain. But that is all right. So you haven't played at Nationals for a while, but you've still got a lot of these players that you've played with. How do you see the WA team in 2022 so far? Because I think that win takes them to 3-1.
Yep. So obviously they've got a big game against New South Wales. So that's a must-win game. I don't know how the draw looks, but look, a lot of young girls in the side, obviously coming up from youthies, not having played 2 years ago, and now they're all coming up to play in women. So it's a big step for them as well. Experience, how women's league is different to the youthies. So look, if they play well. And their pitchers throw well, they have a real good chance of beating New South. It's baseball. Anything can happen on a day.
Yeah, I think WA versus New South Wales is the last game, 4 o'clock, I think. It's on Diamond 2, which is a bit disappointing. I've just got Kaila messaging me saying she thinks I'm there, but we can't see her. I'm just going to message her that. It's going to be basically, I would imagine now with Victoria moving undefeated, and that game is basically going to be whoever plays Victoria in the gold medal game, you can imagine. Not that Victoria has secured it yet. Yeah,
100%.
And what else do you think of the WA? I think they started off. Did you see much of the Victorian game? They lost 12-3 in the Victorian opening game. Did you see much of that?
I watched about half of it. But yeah, they started off really good. I thought, that their first couple of innings was really good. And then it just kind of went down from there. Hey, Borgo.
Hey, guys.
Oh, she's here. There she is. Hello.
Sorry. Hi, guys.
Okay,
I'm still down at the field.
You're the only one there. Congratulations. That was...
Oh.
How are you feeling?
Oh, my God. The last 2 nights have, given me 10 years of age.
And you're one of the veterans on the team now. You can't afford to...
Get older?
Nat and I are old. You're not old.
Oh, my God.
Take us through, Look, walk-off last night, 4-3 against Queensland Maroon, and then tonight a 4-hour one of... I don't remember any extra inning games in my entire career. Yeah, how's it... The team just must be, nervous, but
Yeah.
Totally on.
Complete roller coaster, but to come out on the other end, it's kind of given us a downhill push into the next couple games, if that makes sense, but holy crap.
How do you think we felt on this side?
Oh my God, we like to make it interesting for the crowd and the people watching, but holy shit, I can't deal with that.
And as well, obviously Nat and I were messaging each other this whole game, questioning. It's very, very easy for us sitting at home on our couches, and we are experts on our couches. But, it turned to you in that. We both agreed couldn't be a better person standing on the hill there. Tell us what was going through your mind there when you came onto pitch.
Oh, I love that. Give me the ball. I knew that they were going to bunt, obviously. Just getting out and try strike them out, really. Get a ground ball, get a roller double, try and reduce the damage as much as I could. But it worked out all right in the end, but a few heart attacks here and there.
Now I want to ask you a question. You had runner on first in the 7th with none out, and then runners on first and second in the 8th with none out, and we didn't see a bunt in either situation.
Yep. From our team?
Yeah.
Yeah, we back our hitters.
Okay.
We'd rather go for the big shot.
That's all right. And then you came up in the bottom of the 9th, down by 3 runs. Can you take us inside the WA team huddle? What was said?
Sorry, what was that?
Bottom of the 9th, you're down by 3 runs.
Yeah.
Obviously got a score for another walk-off. Scoring 4 in the bottom of a 9th. What was said in that team huddle? Can you tell us?
Oh, honestly, my brain and my heart is going a million miles an hour. But we trust our batters. We know that we can execute, and we did it last night, so that's a little bonus going into this situation. We knew that we can fight that uphill battle and come out of it with a victory. But, credit to South Australia. They absolutely killed it today. They didn't stop coming, and we just kept going as well. So, crap.
And you got a 3 p.m. game tomorrow, then you've got Blockbuster New South Wales, WA. I don't want to look ahead to that game, but it's a pretty big one, biggest of the week, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. We want to win both the games, ideally, set us up for that gold medal match. But yeah, one game at a time at the moment. We don't want to count anyone out at this stage. We know anything can happen in baseball, and we'll just take it one game at a time, one pitch at a time, and see what happens.
Now, Nat, you got to have a question for your former teammate, surely.
Come back, Nat. I'm stressing.
How's the arm going?
Oh, it felt good. I felt like I was throwing gas when I came in. And then at the end of the game, I asked the coach, I was throwing absolute gas at the end then. He was like, oh, maybe at the start.
Way to have that.
I'll probably have a noodle tomorrow, so we'll see. Throw 50 miles an hour. But yeah, it's feeling good today.
Yeah, feeling good. How's everyone feeling as well? Like obviously there's been a lot of young girls coming through as well. What's the vibe type like?
Yeah, we've got a good group. Everyone's getting along, so that always helps. We've got some really great young talent coming through, and that's always good to see. It's good to get them out on the field and get them some game time, get them some time on the mound as well, and it's just great to see them holding their own. Like, we got 15-year-olds absolutely killing it, and it's just awesome to see the future of baseball in WA. It looks great. I'm the second oldest in the team. I never thought. I'm not even 30, and I'm second oldest. So yeah, the future's bright in WA. Like, we're looking good.
Yeah, just on that. You're 29. I wish I was 29. What's that like for you? Being obviously Nat, your teammate, you come with Chris and all the amazing players that WA's produced. You are now the veteran. You're now the leader. How are you taking on that role here?
Yeah, like playing with all those great players over the years, it always helps. And then coming up like in a leadership role with those players supporting me always helps. Like, you learn from the best, and you can only do your best. So I just try and give them some of my knowledge, and they can do with it what they want. Don't hit like me, though. I'm hitting like shit.
Oh, you didn't get a lot to hit today. You got a few walks. You didn't really get that many strikes. But now, what do you do to recover now? It's 11:30. You're still at the ground. You've got a 3 p.m. game. So you've probably got 10 hours sleep, and you're probably back on the bus. What do you do now?
We've got to head back and cook some dinner now. Nice midnight snack. We don't have a pool or anything, unfortunately, so we're just on the hot cold showers. We've got a nice gym downstairs. We go roll out in the morning stretch as a team, and then some of the girls go for the beach sesh. It's a bit cold for me. Not really one for the beach, but
you're not really one for recovery.
Oh, inside. Hello.
Maddie.
Show away from it, do you Borgs?
No, I've got ice on at the moment, so at least I'm doing.
That counts. Yeah, that counts.
Yeah.
There you go. She's sitting down. She's got ice. What do you need? That's recovery.
Yeah, exactly.
You just need a beverage now, right?
Oh no beverages this week, unfortunately.
And obviously you made your World Cup debut 2018. It seems like a while ago. We've lost a couple of years with COVID. Congratulations on that. And
thank you.
Yeah, how was that? How was that experience for you?
Oh yeah, like a dream come true. Obviously, you work so hard for that long, and you're on the cusp of the Aussie squad, and you've got a lot of great players around you, and to make that top 20, it's all you want as a athlete. And it's obviously a surreal moment when you're there in the beginning, and then it sinks in that you're actually living out your dream, and it's awesome.
And for you, obviously, another World Cup. Is that your ultimate goal, or are you just playing for? Yeah, what are you playing for?
I'm not sure at the moment. Like one tournament at a time. It doesn't seem like a World Cup's in the future. I don't know when the world will reopen at this stage. In COVID times, it's all uncertain, isn't it? So. Yep. Yeah, all these young good players with cannons coming through, nipping at my coattails. So we'll see.
That's all right. We'll just keep you going. I mean, you WA players, your two-way players. I think you guys invented it before. Like, it's such a thing now.
Yeah.
Back like your Nats and Chelsea's and Chris's and now yourself. It's kind of like it's such a thing that you guys have invented. Is that something you embrace, being that two-way player?
Yeah, definitely. I love playing everywhere, being in the action, and we've always had great two-way players in our team, and like we've got great players coming through that are complete utilities. Like our outfielder, everyone can play in the infield, and no matter where we put someone, we're confident at this stage. So it's a great problem to have.
Now I've got one last question before I do. Nat, do you have anything more for Borgs before we let it go to do more recovery?
Just good luck for the rest of the tournament. Hope you get 2 more wins and then go from there. Such a young side, but it's great to see that like you said, all the young players are holding their own, which is great.
Yeah, thanks, Natty. We definitely miss you out here.
Wish I could be there.
My question, because I've got 2 WA players with me, is I want to know, you guys are always like You've always got the best swagger, the best gear. You're like totally always gangster.
Yeah.
Do you like go to like gangster school? Like, do you actually like every year your team is just like the coolest of every team? We always dream like Victoria we were just so business like.
Yeah.
Is it like training? Is it additional training to be that cool?
Well, we do say you've got to look good to play good, so
this is true.
That's
Maybe
always
I
a
didn't look good enough.
And we do pride ourselves in our uniform, so it's obviously paying off if everyone's noticing.
It's all, it's 90% looks, 10% talent.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I think it was about 5% looks, 5% talent. That's what I was doing wrong. So, well, thanks, Borgs. Thanks for joining us. I will let you go and do your recovery.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck tomorrow against... Who are you up against tomorrow?
Queensland Development tomorrow.
Queensland Development. And then we'll all be tuning in. WA, New South Wales, game 6, day 6. That'll be epic.
Yep.
Good luck.
Heat. Go Heat.
Go get some sleep.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, Borgo.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. There we go. That is... So, recovery. She likes to... shy away from that recovery.
Doesn't like the cold. Yeah.
Doesn't
like
hot
the
and
cold.
cold showers though. At least in a pool you can jump in, you can get it done. Like the hot and cold showers, you can't.
Not a fan.
I'm not gonna lie. There was a couple. Was it a World Cup or was it Nationals? I can't remember. I used to go into the shower and then I used to turn it on and I'd go, woo! And it was still on the same temperature. And I just do that 5 times.
That too.
Yeah, I'm a wuss. I'm an absolute wuss. Now, we're just going to have a little bit of chat about you at the moment.
Yes, about me.
We've talked about WA, we've spoken to the star of WA, and now we're going to go to you. Baseball, WA. I mean, the plays that you guys have produced, obviously Chris, Fawkes a little bit before you. How did you get your start? What was your trigger? Why did you choose baseball or T-ball?
Well, I started off playing T-ball, and then I kind of got to that age where, you don't play T-ball anymore. And growing up around, my brother played baseball as well. And that kind of led me down that path to play baseball. And then, so I started playing baseball when I was 13. And then it just progressed from there, pretty much.
Yep. And which club did you join in? And there's a lot of Melville Braves on this team. Which one was yours?
Yeah, no, they're the enemy. I started playing at Vic Park.
Yep.
And then later on moved over to Morley. Obviously, my husband, that's who he plays for, so moved over there, but that was later on in my career.
I love hearing the rivalries of the different cities, like in Melbourne it's Doncaster and Springvale, and it's like I love hearing those others because we don't really know. But and the influence, as I said before, of players such as Chris Crippold and Chelsea Falcon, I guess in the first instance, how much of an impact did they make on your career?
Yeah, 100%. Chrissy, I never played with Forky, so I couldn't tell you on that side. But Chrissy definitely helped me a lot during my career. So looking up to her and watching her play really helped develop my game as well. Yep.
And we look at nationals. I think I was saying to you when your first nationals was, and I love your response was. I think it was 2007. I should have checked. I should have checked in on my little things that I've got. What do you remember from? So 2007. 2007 was Perth.
Perth.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah.
Home nationals at the stadium too, different to the 2003.
Yeah.
What do you remember? How did you play too?
My first year, obviously. I think I played pretty well from being my first year. Being young, and me and Rebecca Crosby then, we were roommates, caused a bit of havoc.
How old were you both at that stage?
15 and probably 16.
Oh, Lord. And
17.
They put you together.
Yeah.
Who did that?
Yeah, bad mistake. So, that was my first year and, loved it from there and decided to keep, pursuing it. So...
one of the questions I want to ask, and I don't know where to ask, I'm just going to ask it now. Were you always that fast from the start? How young were you?
Yeah.
Because
I was good at running races.
Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know how fast Nat Rawlings was, I don't even know what planet you're on. Like, did you consider going into running? Or did you just like being the fastest on a baseball field?
No, not really. My mum did little athletics as a kid, but I just never, got into it. I was more of a, team sport person. So, I did, baseball. I did a bit of soccer as well. So those are my two sports, yeah.
Did you train for your running? Look, I just remember you were always just fast. So you were just naturally blessed with that speed.
Yeah, never trained.
Oh my God. I worked my butt off. I used to think I was fast, but it came with a lot of hard work, I tell you. Not anymore. Do you remember did you get clocked? What was your fastest up the line? Did you ever get...
I can't remember.
Okay.
I slowed down in age. So...
You're still faster probably than anyone, thanks. I remember you, basically, because I reckon you were the hardest, you and Chris and Bronwyn as well, when I've had to play a few times against Bronwyn, you're the hardest outfit in the outfit I've had to field against. Because I literally have to stand with the fence with you, because if you hit one, if I even have to half turn my back, you're gone. I remember you hit a ball to the the right centre gap in Canberra once. I think it was 2012. And literally
I remember that one.
I picked the ball up on the warning track, and it was a big field. You're already crossing the plate. I was like, what's the point? Like, I just basically stayed at the fence to try and hope to keep you somewhere. Like, is it... And you had a bat, like you hurt us with your bat and your legs. Is it something that... Did you sometimes run a triple one or something and go, God, I'm good?
No.
You have to have.
Nah. Very humble person.
I love to watch you run. It was so impressive, man. When we were playing against you, it was horrifying. But in the Australian team and that, it was like, this is just the best thing ever. You're our weapon. But yeah, 2007 Nationals, 2008, 9, then 2010. 2010 Nationals it's one of the best Nationals, I reckon, in the history of Nationals. WA, spoiler alert, WA won it in a walk-off. Morgan Doty, one of the best hits a ball to the outfield, scores the winning run. But that was when WA broke through to win the first Nationals. New South Wales obviously took the silver. Victoria obviously dominated for years. We didn't make the gold medal game. It was kind of like a changing of a guard.
Yeah.
Which I think was really important. What do you remember from that Nationals?
Look, on paper, we looked on paper and, our team wasn't the best team we've had. So going into that tournament, you just go into the tournament thinking we're going to win gold. We're going to go for that gold medal. But sometimes it never works out how it's planned. So going in there, we won a couple of games in a row and we thought, okay, maybe we've got a chance. And, just looking at the team, you're like, oh, no, we can't do it, But, thinking about it now, it's like we just never gave up. We went that whole tournament undefeated, and that you just look at that team now and you think, oh, I don't know how we did it, but we did it.
Yeah, it was an epic, not just we all think about that gold medal game, but you did. If you win a Nationals undefeated, you were meant, that's legit, regardless of what you think. Yeah, that's amazing. And it was a great moment. I mean, it wasn't a great moment at the time for Victorians, but in retrospect, look, I'm not going to lie, it's not a great moment now. No, it is. I think it's great. I love the sport, and I think it's fantastic. I think that WA and other teams should have won more Nationals. Really, I think it'd be better if they have. But you missed 2011. You had eye surgery, and then
that's correct.
You came back in 2012, and I reckon you came back meaner than ever, which is a scary thing. You came back in 2012 as a pitcher. 2010, were you playing shortstop predominantly the whole time?
Yeah, I think I might have pitched once or twice. But yeah, 2012, I pitched more than I was expected to. Which is fine. But yeah, definitely pitched more in 2012. Is there something you worked on ahead of those Nationals, or is it something you got thrown on at the Nationals? Not really. Mainly, obviously, I'm a middle infielder, so worked on that more. But yeah, it's just, it's baseball, and sometimes things don't go to plan during a tournament and you get thrown in the deep end, which is what happened.
and again, I love bringing up the memories that aren't great, but 2012, you threw against us in the semi-final, or whatever you call it, to go into the gold medal game. And all I remember is you were unhittable. I think, did you throw like 150 pitches? It was a shutout, wasn't it?
Shutout. So I think I threw about 145 odd pitches. Yeah.
Yeah. So here we are, defending champions in Canberra, and you've just gone, I'll take the throw in the deep end. I'll stand on the mound and throw 145 pitches and shut us down. Like, you were always a gamer. Like, you were always because you just get on the mound and just go, I'm just kind of like shortstop, but I'm just higher and closer.
Yeah, I guess. I live for that, when you get the pressure, and it's nerve-wracking at first, but, like for me, as I got older, I channeled that a lot better, and I wish I had learned that earlier. But getting older and obviously wiser, like that pressure didn't bother me, and I knew on that pitcher's mound, my field would back me up. I had that in the back of my head that it didn't matter if I didn't strike out, my field was going to pick me up.
Yep. And it's interesting you talk about that pressure, and I'm about to go into 2010 World Cup. You get selected into your first, you'd made a number of squads, but you get selected into your first Australian team in 2010. Congratulations.
Yep. Thank you.
And we talk about, Sam and I talk about a lot that I think the 2010 silver medal team, I think it was almost like a product of all of those really good nationals. I think from 27 to 2010, that was like, I think 4 or 5 of the best nationals we've ever had. Yeah. And I think that was one of the reasons I think that we were able to stand up in those pressure situations in that World Cup in 2010. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. And just the team bond, I think, in that 2010 World Cup, it was just a bond like no other, I just felt like everyone gelled. There was no tension, which usually makes you succeed more too.
Mm. And at that World Cup, you came out to the outfield.
I did. Yeah. I played a bit of right field.
You did. You came and hung out with me, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Basically, I just looked and I went, okay, everything to my left is yours now. With your range, I'm just going to take everything straight up. And obviously with your cannon, how did you like it out there?
Yeah, it was a bit different. Something that I wasn't used to. But at that stage, you go where you need to go, and if it's playing time, then that's where you play. So took a little bit to adjust to, but I come away with a silver medal, so pretty happy about that.
And I think we had you batting at 9 at some point too, and we're thinking
I believe so. Yep.
Like we have I would love to have done if we did a halftime sprint at the World Cup to see who's the fastest player. Pretty sure it would have been you. And we got you batting at number 9. I know we talk about it a lot, but 2010, the shooting, of lockdown, all of that stuff. Yep. What are your most vivid memories of that World Cup, apart from the silver and the
well, one memory that always pops up is when we all had to vote. It was kind of like the Survivor. We all had to go in and sit there and say yes or no. And as soon as everyone had said yes, I just kind of knew, that we were going to succeed because everyone wanted to be there.
Yeah, and it was interesting because we'd all made the decision if one person had said no, we'd go home.
Yep.
And I think that was probably the moment we knew we were like, yep, we're kind of bonded, because it was just like we were all in or we were all out.
Yeah,
like it was
absolutely.
1 in, 1 out. And it was a pretty having moment. I remember having my 1-on-1 with Dom and that, and I'm just like, because apparently the bullet had come from behind centre field, and I was just like, I don't think I want to go out there. And they're like, oh, well, we're moving grounds. And I went, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then, everybody said yes. And, we packed our bags and went to Maracay. And do you remember the inning when there was the gunshots behind us and you were in right field and I was in centre field, and we were just like, nah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I can't remember who was pitching, but I remember there's all the gunshots, and you and I looked at each other, and I think it was Sam. We just went, oh, hell no. And then we just ran in the infield. We're like, hey, Bron. We're not. They had to call time,
Definitely an experience, but one that I'll never forget.
Yeah, it was amazing. But yeah, 2010, you didn't go to the 2012 World Cup after 2012 Nationals.
Yeah.
And we had to wait to see you again 2014.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my swan song. And then 2018. So we've seen you at 3 World Cups. How do you rate your, over that spread of time, you would have evolved, I think, a lot as a player. I think about my evolution across all my teams.
Yeah.
As I got older or wiser.
Yes.
Or slower or mature, however you want to call it. Yeah, how do you rate your evolution across those World Cups?
Look, going back from 2010, obviously, playing all different positions, being my first World Cup, was just an eye-opener type thing. But yeah, I felt good. As I got older, I kind of, like you said, mature a bit more and ended up playing third base in 2018 World Cup and also playing third base at Nationals too. So moving from shortstop to third base was a bit of an adjustment, but, obviously being older and getting help as well really helped me kind of gel into that position.
Yep. Do you have a favourite position? You've played so many.
Shortstop, I think, is my favourite.
If I had to put you in a position just for the web gems, I'd have to put you at shortstop. I think we'd all have you there for the sports centre.
Definitely my favourite. Yeah.
Just not when I'm playing you. You can play don't play right field because I like hitting right side. Play third base when I'm playing
third base? All right, deal.
Yeah, I won't get around the ball anymore. Yeah. So you've hung up the cleats now. 2018 was your last World Cup and Nationals, so it's been a while. Ultimately, what was the reason you just time?
Well, obviously, I have 2 kids now, so they take up a lot of my time.
Yep.
And with my husband's new job, we've moved down to Esperance now. So moving down there is kind of isolated. They don't play baseball down there, so that's one reason why too. But yeah, just I'd love to still play, but it's just time and obviously moving as well.
Yep, family. No, I get that. Would we, if you ever move back to Perth, will we see you back? Will we see you back either as a player or will we see you back as a coach? Because I know you and I were messaging each other that entire game. Where's the bunt? Where's this? Where's that? And I was like,
God. It drove me crazy. I mean, who knows what the future holds? I would love to help in a sense of wherever I could. But yeah, we'll just have to wait to see what comes up, really.
Yep. And if I had to put you on the spot and ask you if you could just pick one moment for your entire career, if you had to frame that picture on the wall or that moment of your career, what would it be?
It'd have to be 2010.
Nationals or World Cup?
Oh.
Or just the whole year? I think the whole year for WA.
Yeah, I think the whole year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think WA, you get to frame the 2010 calendar and just put...
Yes.
Yeah, I think for you guys.
Yeah, it's definitely too hard to choose between those two. They were both amazing. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just 2010 of the year, I guess.
Yep. No, it was a good year for WA. It's a good year for Australian women's baseball. And I appreciate you joining me. It's now tomorrow here. It's not tomorrow where you are. I don't know if Borgo's... Someone's carried Borgo off. I've completely lost track of what day and what time it is. It was. She may have to sleep there. But good thing there's no morning games. The double night game. They're
when
lucky.
Was that when we were around?
That was the thing. With Victoria had a double header on the first. No, remember I remember some nationals. There was like 9. There were 9 o'clock games. You used to get up at 6 and you'd be eating breakfast at 6:30. You weren't tasting it. I don't even think I was awake.
Yeah.
You get to the field, your feet were cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now they've got 3 p.m. starts.
Yeah, that's crap.
Soft.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back in our day, you wouldn't hear this, would you?
No.
It's so easy sitting on the couch, isn't it?
I know.
No, well, thank you so much. I know we'll be probably messaging over the last couple of days of Nationals. And I have Chris Crepol, original OG Nationals, 2000 Nationals. She's coming up in a couple of days. Spoiler alert, on the last day. So really excited and nervous to talk to, as I was with you. Like WA, as I said, man, you guys are always just, you got your swag. You're always just the epitome of cool. And I was never that.
It's just how we're bred here, you know?
Yeah. We were always like just so jealous, and I was never able to dance like you or walk like you or even play like you. But I admired you, I still do, and it's been a privilege to play against you, with you, and have you on the show. So thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Appreciate it. We'll see you around soon.
Will do.